it. I lost it a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. A strange and lovely galaxy where everything nerdy exists in harmony.
Wow. That was
It's
whoa!
dimension.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That's
I have a
awesome.
bad feeling about this, guys.
Only go well.
That's Ahsoka
I'm a little,
head.
hey, I'm a little rusty, everyone. I'm in a different setup. I'm in a different dimension. It's a whole thing, you know?
New galaxy.
A new galaxy, a new dimension. Hey, they
Nice.
went to a different galaxy in Star Wars. Shit's crazy now.
Hell yeah.
That's right.
I'm sure.
It's Neon Pocket Dimension. We're talking one of my favorite things, and also kind of an annoying thing sometimes. We're talking Star Wars and whatever. It's gonna be good. My name is Gage, aka
Way
Luke
to fucking sell it.
and this is
That's the title I put on
Or
the
whatever.
I saw it in the chat, and I was like, dang it, I have to say it now. Yeah, it's the Blue Milk episode. It's gonna be good. I'm here. I'm Gage, aka Luke Shot First. I'm here with Miguel to my digital left, right?
Left, right, left.
It's like if it's stage, it would be stage right.
Left, you're left.
This is my left. This is my left. This is
Yeah,
my
it'd be
right.
your left.
You're
Yeah,
gonna die.
it'd be your left. Yeah.
I don't like that progression of things there, Jacob.
Yeah, it's
Why are we
I don't-
doing
I don't
left
know
and
how
right?
to feel.
And then we
um,
die.
yeah, it's if you've ever seen the show Aqua Teen Hunger Force, you might get that deep ass cut.
I mean, I
I
do, but
don't remember that.
I haven't watched all of the episodes.
Mhm.
What season was it?
I can't remember, but I'll pull up the video and I'll show you guys.
I was gonna say, if it was early season, maybe I've seen it.
Yeah,
but
it's pretty early.
if it's later,
saying?
I've not seen it.
Sorry to hijack, Gage.
Calling a meeting.
Oh no.
Just kidding.
I'm scared.
Yeah, so we're here. It's good to be back, boys. How's everyone doing? I gotta introduce everyone else. Sorry.
Yeah, like you
I'm
forgot about the
rusty.
other two.
I'm a rusty bucket. It's just me and Miguel. Fuck you guys.
No one's watching this shit anyway, except probably. both of us.
Well, welcome to the Gage cast.
The Miguel
It's all
cast.
Gage all the
It's all
time.
Miguel. No, I'm also here with Jacob, aka OM Jesus. What's up, dude?
How's it going, buddy? Just want to quickly say that it was Mochi Squeeze and I's anniversary the other day, and this is the gift she got me.
What do we got? What do we got? Oh, hell yeah. Excellent. I gotta
It's a make it-
Extremely accurate.
Don't like me. I get it.
I get it though.
Extremely accurate.
That is a T-shirt from Mega 64, which is pretty awesome because I'm a big fan. This proves it right here, 64. See, and then what's cool is that like when you buy merch from them, like they'll throw in like a random prop or something. This is a card from one of the games they played during the board game Olympics, I think, recently, which is pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
So I'm
Dope.
happy.
Good. I'm so glad. And congratulations to the both of you. You're a great couple.
Oh, thanks.
Hell yeah. And lastly, but certainly not least, although you look a little different this week, but I'm just gonna breeze right on past that.
Setup is like,
It's
I'm not
Steven.
singing so hard right now.
It's Steven, aka the singer, bro. You know what I'm saying?
We're just a little smaller today. A little less energy,
Just a little guy. He's just a little guy.
Yeah.
I'm but a little fella.
I'm just a little fella. But yeah, anyways, we're here to talk about Star Wars and nerd out about all things in a galaxy far, far away that are upcoming. But if you don't know, this is Neon Pocket Dimension. We're streamed right here on twitch.tv/Neon Pocket Dimension Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific time. But if you missed it live, you can always check it out on YouTube. It comes out later on Fridays or as a podcast on your favorite podcast platform, whatever you like. And then if you're there, give us a like, a subscribe, a review even. If you got something to say that we could do better, please. But we are just a small little 4-person team making it happen in the big bad internet. So, we just want to hang out and talk with you guys. So
Can't improve perfection.
can't improve. Well, there's that too.
Okay.
Especially that intro.
That's definitely going to help people come over.
That one
You're
makes my,
attracting great people there, dude. Good
that,
Hey.
makes that makes my flappy things rumble. Whatever.
Whoa.
I'm
You might
not.
wanna
I'm.
calm down a little bit
Yeah.
over there.
I was gonna say something and now I won't.
Okay, cool.
I feel shell shocked.
Don't say it.
Hold on. Watch this really quick.
I'll watch it.
Great.
This is some good TV.
There you go.
There's other things that are probably going to get us claimed, but if that's the thing that gets us claimed this episode, I'm going to be mad.
Well,
I definitely heard
I-
something, but
I'm pretty
I
sure
don't remember that.
that's some early. That's the thing, man. Not any time is a good time to rewatch Aqua Teen because you probably won't remember anything.
Yeah,
that
it's,
shows-
it's,
Well, no,
it's such
Awesome.
a fever dream, you know what I mean?
the thing I remember the most is the Glenn Danzig
Oh yeah, I was
Yeah.
just watching that one.
and the mini Neil Peart and the watermelon.
Fuck yeah.
I'm also a big fan of when MC
Classic
Chris
shit.
comes on as that weird spider guy.
Yeah,
That was great.
MCP pants.
MCP pants.
MC, yeah.
Yep.
Excellent. Well, that's enough of that. Let's get on to our patented WYBNOO. That's what you've been nerding out on. Bit of a wild couple of weeks for this guy. I've been moving north. I'm officially in my new apartment in Portland, Oregon. So I'm gonna go first this week. See how it goes. I haven't really been doing much as far as like nerdy things. Been nerding out on my new neighborhood and on unpacking, which is sometimes a little nerdy. You gotta organize your spice rack just right. You gotta.
I heard that's a good video game.
Oh yeah,
Unpacking is actually. You should definitely play it if you have not.
So is
Low
a little
key.
to the left.
Which is where the cat fucks up everything, right?
Mhm.
Nice, cool. They do that. I've heard,
Oh yeah.
especially
They
Sebastian.
I can't.
Word. So, anyways, no, I have not been nerding out on either of those things. Although I have been nerding out on unpacking. But I did try one thing because I was, my console was not set up, and all that kind of stuff. But I tried Resident Evil 4 on Mac because now it is available on Mac, and there's a demo. It's just like it just gets you up to like the village part. Where
Mhm.
you where the chainsaw guy comes down and then it ends like right when the church bell rings.
Mhm.
But it was cool. I haven't for people who don't know, I haven't been a PC gamer in a long time. Last game I think I truly played on PC was probably I don't know, maybe Warcraft 3 probably was the last time I was really PC gaming.
Hell yeah. That was a good time to be a gamer, though.
It was. I was playing Bungie's game Oni. That was really fun on PC. I played Warcraft 3 on PC, and I played a lot of Morrowind on PC. What else did I play on PC? Midtown Madness.
You ever
Great
played
game.
Battlefield on PC, dude?
1942. Yeah, I played that a lot. Yeah, that was fun because you could go out in the the Battle of the Bulge or whatever, or no, not the Battle of Wake Island. You'd go out onto the ship and you'd be the big gunner. And then some bomber guy would go, "Wee," and he would just kill you. It was good.
Nice.
Yeah, it was good. Anyway, so I tried this out and it worked really well. Paired my Xbox controller right to the Mac, real easy peasy. I got one of those nice new M3 Mac with their new chips that they're doing a bit of gaming push on. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And yeah, it was cool. I mean, it looked gorgeous. I think I'm just not used to gaming so close to a screen as much, so I kind of notice textures being a little bit weird, but I think it might just be the thing where is this Battlefield?
Yeah, this is the intro video to Battlefield 1942.
Oh yeah, I remember it well. I was just like, wow, these are pretty good graphics. But it's just,
you know that's CG, man.
oh, I know exactly. It's like you remember Warcraft 2 Battle.net Edition, the Tides of Darkness.
Hell yeah.
The intro to that, it looks in my mind like it's a modern day Pixar animation, but it probably still looked bad.
No, that shit was in like 420
Yeah,
or 320 or something. Yeah.
But I remember just being like, "Whoa!" And then the game looks like sprites, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, you know, like I said, I haven't PC gamed in a while, so maybe it's just being close to the screen. But I just felt like I noticed all the like textures and like the trees really standing out from the background textures and stuff, like looking almost kind of clippy or something. Um, and I just wonder if that's me just literally being close to the screen and noticing those types of things. Where on a couch far away, I just might like not be paying attention to that kind of stuff. I don't know. We'll see. Could be the settings on the game too. I didn't like get in there and tinker with shit.
Yeah, that's
But,
what you always got to do. Like, you know, if you ever notice anything weird at all, just start tweaking. And I don't mean like doing meth. Just want to clarify that.
I don't know if that was where my brain went the first time, but
No, that's not what I thought either. But
I'm glad that you clarified.
Yeah,
it
it just
definitely depends
I do not endorse tweakers. I'll put it that way.
on your machine. Why not?
I mean, I pray for them to
It's a
not
free
get into
country.
trouble.
They can do it.
Just don't get in trouble if you're gonna tweak. But I'm good, dude. I'm good.
I started talking about tweaking, and my little flappy started flapping. So,
yeah.
Anywho, so yeah, that's all I've really been nerding out on. But it was a cool experience. It ran really well. The controller pairing went really quickly and easily. And I hadn't actually played Remake yet, so it looked obviously way better than the original one. You know.
Yeah.
The lighting. I think one issue I might have with it. I mean, Resident Evil 4 isn't that scary in general, but I will say that with all the new lighting and stuff, it was a little scarier. You know what I mean? Like they made it more nighttime. That first scene is really like just in this like kind of grim fog when you first get there in Resident Evil 4, the original. But in the remake, it starts out like you're fully at night. So it's like even just that first house that you go in, and even though I knew exactly what was going to happen, like there's just certain they kind of subvert your expectations a little bit, you know?
Yeah, I've heard that.
And so there was something that I thought was going to happen that didn't, and then a different thing that happens, and you're like, oh, okay, this is going to be a different game. So that's cool.
Yeah, something notable happens in the like the watchtower or whatever, in that regard. So yeah, I've never played Resident Evil 4, but I did hear about that, like spoiler or whatever. But I thought that was like really clever to hear.
Yeah, it's cool the way they're kind of just like tweaking it just a little bit to kind of like play with your memory of the game, because I've literally played through Resident Evil 4 I think 4 or 5 times, and so like I have it fairly memorized. So yeah, anyways, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I just finished the demo. I don't know if I'll buy the $60 or $70 maybe rest of the game on my Mac. I'll probably just see if maybe eventually it comes to Game Pass or something, but but yeah, I'm looking forward to playing through the remake now because it was cool. So that's me.
Nice.
Jacob, you got something for us?
Yeah, dude. Dragon's Dogma comes out Friday, which means it comes out tomorrow, and on PC it comes out like even earlier. So it'll be out tomorrow at like 5 p.m. Pacific time. I'm hella stoked. I can't wait to play it. Dragon's Dogma 2 is gonna be like what I'm all about. I've been continuing my Final Fantasy journey, so I think I got to chapter 7 or 8 or something in remake. But Dragon's Dogma is gonna be the main thing, so that's gonna be on pause. But I'll remember everything that's happened so far. You know what I mean?
Sure you will.
I will. I won't have to play it again.
After
right.
months,
It won't be months.
Everything.
It won't be months. I gotta play Rebirth.
5-minute gamer.
Who cares? Just play whatever you want to play.
Right.
It's not a fucking job, dude.
So Dragons. Yeah, I know. All right,
It's not a job.
I get that.
It's not a fucking job.
But yeah, stoked to play Dragon's Dogma 2. It's gonna be a lot of fun. A bunch of trailers came out today for stuff and like videos. They're fixing up Diablo 4's itemization, which is really cool. What else is happening? Sea of Thieves got a big year preview. So between seasons 12 and 14, they're gonna add a new gun that has it's like a double barrel pistol. You could shoot shoot them one at a time, or like shoot like 2 at once. and they're gonna have a throwing knife that you could stab. You can essentially either do like a light stab or a heavy stab, or like throw at people, and then they could like, if you miss, they can grab the throwing knife and throw it back at you. They're adding a cluster cannonball thing to the ship, so now you can shoot like a shotgun blast at another ship and create more holes all at once. You're going to be able to climb on the harpoon lines. So if you're like want to board another ship and you're having a shootout, you could shoot your harpoon at it, and then you could like balance walk across the beam and then get to your their ship instead of having to jump overboard and swim like you used to have to. They're adding zip lines. What else? There's gonna be a throwable that explodes and skeletons spawn in and fight for you. They're adding in a new like a. They're adding hella shit. They're adding in a like Flameheart is back from the dead, and so his ship will be sailing, and if you attack it and win, you can become the crew for the ship, and then you have a super powerful ship to like wreak havoc on the server essentially, and then eventually turn in like a treasure that you can get. That's excuse me, that sounds crazy as fuck. I mean, Sea of Thieves, man. And season 12, where a lot of this stuff is coming out, it starts the day that it launches on PS5. So, you know, you get one on PS5, you can play Sea of Thieves with me, and I'd love it. And there'd be all this new content. But yeah, between those two things, also watching Jujutsu Kaisen. Still, I just got to episode 14 on my rewatch of season 1. Still watching One Piece, Gundam update, episode 397.
Nice, man, ticking away.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So close. You're
Yeah.
almost there.
Almost there.
We did it! We did it!
And Solo Leveling is like the current show that I'm watching. That's like coming out weekly, and that's like really fucking good. But yeah, just for this week, Joy's out of town, and I'm home, so. You know, just like kicking it bachelor style. I've been gaming. I tried the new Halo update. That's cool. What else? There was like an Unreal 5 video today. Kind of Funny just did their indie like mix showcase thing. That was sick as hell. I played a bunch of demos. Definitely watch that presentation if you haven't. Like, there's a showcase for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's about
Good
it.
shit.
All that crazy shit, man. Shit's popping
yeah, no,
off
there's
right
lots
now.
It's popping off. It seems like there's a ton of like, you know, well, GDC's happening. But
Oh,
there's
yeah.
a lot of like trailers happening. It seems like there's a lot of like, you know, just in
GDC,
general.
GDC is like ending, and PAX East is like beginning, like right now, or
Yeah.
tomorrow. Tomorrow's day one of PAX East. So
Yep.
it's just kind of a
I'm,
crazy time for gaming.
I'm very excited because now I live just 2 short hours away from PAX West, so I am going to be attending.
I'm gonna tell Joy that we should plan to go there this year.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Just
That'd
a
be
quick
dope.
quick jaunt away.
Mhm.
Also, I just wanted to shout out. This is subject to change because not all the reviews are out, I'm sure. But looks like Dragon's Dogma 2 is sitting at an 89 on Open Critic for you. So that's a nice little.
That's
chunk for you.
That's my first Fantasy Critic release of the year so far, and it's a good one. You know,
It's a good way to start strong. Yeah, totally.
yeah, loving it. Eager
I have,
excellence.
I
Didn't
have
the first one get like 70?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I was gonna say I didn't really care for that game. I just tried it recently.
Me neither. Yeah.
Hmm.
Me neither.
Was not a fan.
It has
I'm
some-
hesitant on this new one because I was the same, right? Because I didn't gel with the mechanics as much as other people did. So
Hmm.
It
Yeah, I
has
think
some.
it was
It
very
has
good.
some kind of lovable jank that people like, but I think if you don't have like if you didn't play it when it came out, you might not have like the kind of quote unquote like kind of Skyrim nostalgia for like that lovable jank. You know what I'm saying? So
Well, I will say at least with Skyrim, I did play it 10 years after it came out, and I still liked it. So
Well,
Dragon's Dogma
that is
didn't do it for me.
fair.
with Dragon's Dogma 1, the first time I tried it was through Gamefly, and I thought it was all right. But then I bought it for Switch, and I like actually paid attention, and I like really played it. And like, you know, I wasn't just like going from point A to point B. I was like exploring and shit. then
Totally.
the games, and you got to use the pawn system a lot. You know, you're like picking up pawns created by other players and stuff constantly. I wasn't doing that my first playthrough either. It really started to vibe with me. You know, I had a lot of fun with it. And I got to the point where like I was starting to master like all the vocations, so I can literally
Right.
like use any ability. So I was like, this game is actually pretty cool. But the barrier of entry is a little janky. It is an old game, and you know whatever. But this one is supposed to be just like better in every way. So
And
I'll
it seems
love
like
it.
it's kind of about like kind of embracing the chaos that comes with like having pawns, which may or may not do what you tell them to, and then like there's like kind of the way that Far Cry happens, where you'll be fighting a group of enemies, but then like a monster will come in and they're fighting the monster, and the monster's fighting you and the enemy. It's like it gets wild. It sounds like so that's
Mhm.
cool.
Hey, I'll be streaming
Um,
it. So anytime I play that game, I'll be streaming. So you
I'll
can
check
I
it
just
saw a troll
see how it
like
goes.
trip over himself and bridge across a gap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, okay, well maybe I'm a little bit hyped because they went and sliced his foot and he fell down and they beat the troll boss. So
Mhm.
I think there's definitely like weird ways where like in other games that might be like considered cheesing something, but in this game it's like just let the physics do whatever happens. Let's do it. Like
Yeah, I mean to some degree like it kind of reminds me of a From Software game, just
Mhm.
because it's like not brutal but it's not super easy and like it's kind of chaotic and you're like battling big monsters. You know what I mean? And it like it also just kind of feels like D&D. You're just kind of like going around doing quests and like fighting D&D style monsters, with like a little party. I don't know. It's like, I'm a sucker for fantasy stuff. But yeah, this
Hell yeah.
game's getting really high scores, so like whatever qualms you may have had with it before could be non-existent this time around. But
they
graphic
addressed it.
performance-wise, the game is stuttering right now. So it's kind of the downside to the game. Like everyone says it doesn't run well on any platform.
I'm interested to see how it goes.
Yep.
Finally, Steven, what's your WYBNOO for the week? Unless, do you have anything else? Sorry. Jacob, do you have anything else? Or are you
No,
good?
no. Sorry, I didn't know you were talking
Oh.
to me. Can you hear me?
Sorry.
yeah,
Hell yeah.
Okay.
yeah, we can.
Yeah, no, I'm
Um,
done. I'm been done.
Sorry,
For me-
my flaps also flap when I'm embarrassed. But I'm sorry.
They also cover his ears too.
Good point.
A little bit of muffle.
He also has like a beanie on over that or under that.
Yeah,
Well,
he
you'll,
does.
true.
you'll notice that Ahsoka often wears like a tiara thing right here.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm in Portland now, so we have Carhartt beanies. That's what we do.
But
Well,
you
that-
also wear your beanie properly, and I appreciate that. So.
Well, that means he has double ear coverage right now.
Well, but my headphones go under both of them. So
Oh, okay.
that's fine.
No excuses.
You're crystal clear. So anyways, Steven, what have you been nerding out on?
Fucking more
Great job.
Balatro and more Brotato because my IRL has just been super busy. I've been putting up walls, so if you were watching video, you'll notice I don't have walls behind me, but there will be walls soon, so that is fun.
It's a pretty essential part of any household.
Yeah. So
Yeah, you're gonna
it's
need
just
those.
the drywall that needs to go. So
Totally. Hell yeah. Sometimes I do like sliding into those times where you're like, I just have this like rinse and repeat, easy grab and go type of game. I definitely fall into those traps now and again.
Oh, and I watched a show. The Gentleman. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I've never
It's on
Okay.
Netflix. It's basically like a kind of a royal family crime drama. Like they discover they have a weed farm, right?
Cool.
On the dying, like the dad dies, and not really a spoiler. It's how the show opens. And they're inheriting stuff, and they find out there's a farm on a big weed business on their property, right?
What? Matt McConaughey, let's go.
And yeah, and it's very quirky, it's very witty, it's very like I don't know how else to explain it. It's charming in
Is
ways,
it very
right? Like,
Guy Ritchie.
yeah, it's a very Guy Ritchie
Okay.
show, right? So
Okay.
if you like
It
his-
seems
if
that
you
way.
like their other stuff, you're gonna like this. So
Yeah. Okay.
it goes places. I've only watched so far 2 episodes, so not
Wait.
movie, yes,
Not the movie. I think you're showing.
not
the
movie, show.
Oh, this is the movie.
Yes.
I might have to watch the movie because it looks sick. But yeah.
The show is good. Yeah, that's what. So.
Oh, oh, it's a show. It's a different thing.
Yeah.
There we
I'm
go.
Oh, it's
not sure
also
how
Guy
related,
Ritchie.
But like,
Yeah.
but
He
yeah.
made two
I've not seen the
Gentlemen's.
movie, and this is pretty good. It's been pretty good.
Is it the same thing but just a show?
I don't know. I haven't seen the original movie, so
Okay.
Huh.
Okay.
I can't tell you, but I
Very
don't think you
interesting.
need to know about the movie to know to just jump in. So
And it's got Gustavo Fring in it. So
yep.
Dude, it has 8.3 out of 10 on IMDb.
Yeah.
And for IMDb, that's really high.
It is hard to get up there on IMDb.
Yeah, like a lot of really good things are like in the 6 range.
I wonder if it is connected some way.
It has to be.
And it may be right,
Yeah.
but
I bet
Yeah,
you it is
good
the
show.
same fucking story.
Yeah. Or maybe it's the same story just as a series. I don't know. I'm curious now.
It could be a follow up because that's what Fargo is. Fargo is a
Yeah.
follow up.
Oh yeah.
It's a
Oh,
follow up.
that's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, yeah.
Or it could be a prequel.
Also true.
Now you're messing with my mind. I
Yeah.
don't even know the movie, and you're already messing with my mind.
Yeah. I mean, it could be either of those, really. We don't know.
We don't
Yeah.
know.
Well, speaking of movies and shows, we have some stuff to go over in a galaxy far, far away.
You
Regarding-
totally skipped me. Not cool, dude.
What?
Yeah.
I'm really.
You
I'm
skipped
really-
Miguel.
Thank you
Full credit.
so much.
Time out.
I thought you were second. I thought you went second. I'm sorry. I thought I
Oh
was-
no, it's all good. No, go right ahead. Just it's fine. I don't need.
No.
Why I didn't do anything. It's fine.
I
It's fine.
want to hear what you've been nerding out on. Shut up.
Okay, Miguel.
My flaps are. I'm embarrassed again. I'm
It's
sorry.
totally fine. It's totally fine. Well, it was actually I was gonna go last anyway because obviously I've been watching Rebels. I was trying to watch the last 2 or 3 episodes last night and I fell asleep. On brand, of course.
That'll
That's
happen.
what I do. So I'm at the very end of that. It's gotten very, very good. Again, if you have not seen the show overall, first season's a little kind of drags, but as it keeps going, it gets much better.
Totally.
So that, and then I've been nerding out on just taking Sebastian out in his backpack. So we got him a backpack.
Aw.
Yeah, so we take him for walks
That's
around the
adorable.
block and stuff, and he enjoys it. So, but yeah, that's it. Go on.
Fuck
Since
off,
you're in such a rush.
Nightbot's giving me shit in the chat.
Look at the chat. It's a brand new
God
command.
damn
Brand new
Thank you,
command.
Nightbot.
Oh, man.
Even I told Nightbot to go fuck himself earlier, but thank you.
Hey, he's got your back.
Now you're
apparently.
cool.
Yeah, we're good.
Fuck you. You're cool. Fuck you.
And
Hell yeah.
You.
Well, I'm sorry. I just had such a good segue that I had to roll with it before. So, I'm gonna go back to that segue. Ready? Rewind. All right. Well, speaking of movies and TV shows, we have some.
Fuck is going on?
To discuss in a galaxy far, far away. Jacob, I did send you a link or put it in the chat down there, or in the doc down there. It's upcoming new Star Wars movies and TV shows, 2024 release dates and beyond.
Okay.
It's in the Run a Show doc there for you. But before we go into the specifics of what's to come, I just want to go down the line and kind of see where everyone's at with Star Wars these days, because they've had some hits, they've had some misses. It's been kind of a roller coaster in the past, I guess, decade, really. So Miguel, you said you're watching Rebels. Where are you at with the movies? Have you seen Mandalorian and all that kind of stuff? I may
I'm
know
pretty
the
much
answer.
caught up with everything except for Ahsoka,
Cool.
essentially. So
Hell yeah. Well, like, it's in just Ahsoka in some ways is like Rebels season whatever.
yeah, and that's why I was watching Rebels. I didn't want to watch Ahsoka until I watched Rebels. So, and when I was originally watching, I was going to watch Rebels. When I was originally going to start watching Rebels, I had just finished Clone Wars, and I was kind of Star Warsed out because Clone Wars is long. It's a lot of episodes to watch. Oh, and I lied. I've not watched The Bad Batch.
Yeah, you don't really need to.
You don't really need to, obviously. Like, yeah, exactly. So I've not watched that. Though.
I
Everything
tried.
else I'm pretty much caught up on.
I mean,
That's right
I
here. It's very good.
I've heard it's good too. I tried the first season and it just felt like more Clone Wars with the characters that I really didn't have an attachment to, kind of.
Yeah. It is kind of the similar, like, animation sort of style, like
Yeah.
just a little more polished. Yeah. So
Yep.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I know there's like
I haven't seen any of this.
couple. There's a couple of like things that you like might get from that show that like might show up later, but I feel like it's really just member berries, and so it's like you could just look that up later if you want.
I like
But
berries.
anyways, Miguel, where are you like sitting with Star Wars in general right now? Like on how you feeling about it?
I'm having a good time, to be honest with you. I feel
Cool.
like, we'll see about Ahsoka. I don't know, but Rebels I think is a really good show. Like I've been enjoying the shit out of it. A lot of good content, a lot of some background stuff that slightly unnecessary, obviously, because I don't know where a lot of these characters are. You never heard about them after, once what's it called started, New Hope and stuff, right? Because obviously it was all created before that. But so in a way it kind of matters, but then it doesn't matter at the same time because I'd much rather have something where it's just a brand new story.
Totally.
I'll just go back to what I've been saying for years at this point.
Yeah.
Give me something new.
I feel you. Well,
even though Andor I think was done very, very well.
That's
and I'm
true.
excited for that. That's a very good show.
Andor's great.
Andor is so good. It is such a good show. And I think they kind of dropped the ball with Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett.
Totally.
Like, they should never have made the Book of Boba Fett, in my opinion. It should have just been part of the Mandalorian story and called it a day, because now you have a bunch of people who never watched it because they don't care about Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Didn't realize that they missed a whole season, half a season of a show. So, I don't know. There's a lot of things that are wrong that they've been doing, but I don't know. We'll see. I want a good movie that has nothing to do with anything that I already know.
Yeah, I feel that. Steven, what about you? I don't know much about your Star Wars history.
So I'm more heavy on the game side of it when it comes to being caught up on things. Well, except for the new Jedi game, right? Which I'm probably about 5 hours into now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm catching up on that. I haven't watched all of Rebels, but I've watched enough to know kind of what it's about and get like a feeling of like where it's taking place and where it's kind of probably heading for some of the stuff. So I don't know, like, is it uber necessary to know that to watch some of this stuff on Disney Plus, or is that like
probably?
I would say, from what I've heard, only the Ahsoka, and even then, you don't need to have seen it.
Yeah.
What I've been told.
The only thing about Ahsoka is like, there's a few characters that like are like, I mean, I guess they get fleshed out enough in the show, but I feel like I would have a little bit of like, why should I care about them necessarily if I hadn't seen Rebels?
It's like, oh, that's cool, that's that person kind of thing.
No, it's pretty intrinsically like their relationships are like already fully formed because they've been like friends or
like
enemies or both. Like
I would agree with that. I still haven't seen Ahsoka, but if the characters that I know that are in Ahsoka, there's already there's history.
There's 4 like of the main Rebels characters are like the main characters in Ahsoka. So it's I mean, again, I think Ahsoka, my wife has not seen any of Rebels. She watched Ahsoka and liked it. But I just think like you get a whole lot more, or you would know the nuance of their character a lot more and why maybe they make some of the decisions that they make. More, I think. I had to do a lot of the like pause the scene. Okay, so the reason that she just did that was, like that kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which was fine, but
Yeah, for me, a lot of the Disney Plus stuff I have not seen. I have not tuned into. I watched all the movies. I watched Solo. I watched what was that they did with the in between where like
Rogue One.
No, it wasn't Rogue One. It was where he's exiled. Solo.
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan. There we go.
Yeah.
So I watched that, and that was it was
Obi-Wan should have been a movie for sure.
Obi-Wan should have been a movie.
Really, it was just made to set up that fight scene. So
seriously,
and it was that was totally unnecessary.
But you know what? I thought it was kind of cool. Could have been better. Anyways, yeah, I haven't really sat. I don't know. I'm just maybe there's a fatigue with like the whole tired Jedi plot, and so I haven't really caught up on much of the Disney Plus stuff. The games are doing a lot more interesting stuff in my head. Um, have been, it doesn't seem like they're a little bit xenophobic, right? They're afraid to do something more focused on a more exotic being than just a humanoid, right? So there's so many things, like I guess Thrawn. I don't know if that's in the works, right? Um, there's things I'm excited about outside of the whole Skywalker saga and that stuff that could potentially be really cool and like we're gonna look at today. What Acolyte, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just thought I'm kind of excited about that because it's a new era and stuff. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say really fast. I'm gonna bring it up. I'll put this in the show description. So KP Films, that's Kai Patterson Films, did a recut of Obi-Wan into a movie, and I watched it. It's cool. It's in 4K and everything. He did a really good job. And it makes, for me, the show way better. It cuts out a ton of nonsense.
So what you were saying is there's actually that thing that we were talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And
That's
it's great. It's in 4K. He like essentially you like go and download like a Wii transfer of the movie on his site or whatever, so he doesn't get copyrighted or whatever. It's totally free, but it's I mean it's still not great, but it's I think it makes more of like flow sense for sure. So I'll put that in the description if anyone's interested later, when this comes out as YouTube. Cool. Finally, Jacob, where are you at with Star Wars? I know you've been on some things and off some other things. Yeah,
Nothing.
nothing.
I ain't doing shit.
What was the last thing you saw?
I mean, I watched a little bit of Clone Wars. Is the last thing I was watching, but it's
But okay, the last
Yeah.
thing that came out that you saw.
probably
And
the last movie. Or no, wait.
You saw.
Wait,
Andor
what
or
was
no?
the? Yeah,
You watched
Andor.
Andor, I thought.
There you go, Andor. Sure,
Okay, cool.
whatever.
But then before that, you didn't see any of the Disney Plus. No Mandalorian. No.
I mean, I
no
saw.
Andor
We
shit.
watched all of them. Whatever. I've seen them all.
That's awesome.
Yeah, just not the cartoon bullshit. I didn't watch Ahsoka. That was the newest one.
Okay, cool. Party on.
Because I gotta watch one show, but before I can watch that show, I gotta watch another show. Before I can watch that show, I have to watch Clone Wars.
How's that any different?
And
from
when I
Gundam,
watch Clone Wars, I watch BattleBots instead,
Nice.
Yeah, I was about to say you probably just
or
tuned out.
anime. Yeah, but I'll get through it. I'll get there eventually. Like I told you guys, like I'll get there. I'm just not there. You know?
You pro-
Right.
On the
I
day.
mean, this is what I'll say. Like at the end of the day, who cares if you get there or not? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
it doesn't
watch what you
matter.
want.
Watch what you wanna watch. Yeah.
I do eventually want to watch Ahsoka, but I'll get there if I get there.
I'll get there.
Andor season 2, I'll watch that. Fuck yeah, I'll watch
yeah.
that. That's tight. I loved Rogue One. Rogue One's, in my opinion, Rogue One is the best new Star Wars thing that exists.
I might have to agree with you there.
I would argue Andor is, but Rogue One is still very, very good.
I accept
think
that though, honestly, because Andor is great as well. So,
And honestly, they feel
Yeah.
similar in tone, I think.
well, that's good
think,
because
like-
they're sort of the same thing,
Yeah,
Yes,
slightly.
that's true.
Yeah,
it's
It
to
is.
lead up to that essentially.
yeah.
Yeah, hell
So-
yeah.
Eventually, I'll play Jedi Survivor. I just a lot of video games to play, man. But the Dark Forces 1 remaster came out, and I want it, but it's like $30 a DOS game.
It's a little high.
so-
Yeah, it's a little high for that.
I'm gonna wait till it's not $30, and then I'll get it.
Totally. That is a good game, though. Oddly enough, talking about Rogue One in Dark Forces, I believe you steal the Death Star plans.
That is correct. Yeah. So it's that's the version of how the Death Star plans were given to the rebels that I always thought of, but that's part of the was it the Legends storyline?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
exactly.
Which we all know that was a mess as well. So like Star Wars just can't catch a break with extended universe, but there's always good and bad,
I read an extended universe book not that long ago where Luke like joins this like Shadow of the It's like it's a Shadow of the Empire book, but he essentially like joins like this like bad syndicate, and everyone thinks he's gone bad, but he's secretly just undercover, and like
That was a
does
good
this whole
book.
thing. It was a good book. I mean, I liked it. It was, again, it's like it's so far off from the canon of now, so you have to just like switch over, but it's fun.
That's
All
awesome.
fan fiction anyway. Essentially.
Hell yeah.
Precisely.
All these authors were just being paid to write fan fiction.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they didn't really
that would've
like.
been so fun.
They didn't have like a Star Wars
was-
Bible either, basically, that they would hand out.
Totally.
You know, they were just
There
like,
was no coherent story. Everyone just did whatever the fuck they wanted.
yeah, they're like, dude, I want to write a story about like Princess Leia and like Luke in the future, where like a dude kidnaps Princess Leia and tries to marry her, and then Luke has to save her. So I'm gonna make Star Wars into Mario. Is that okay? And then they're like, sure. And there
Yeah.
is a storyline like that.
Jacob, I don't know how quickly you can pull this up, but there was these young adult novels I used to fucking eat up called Galaxy of Fear, and they were essentially Star Wars Goosebumps, and like even just the art, if you just want to look at images, was
Ooh, I
fucking
already like this.
phenomenal. I loved it. It was like each book was just like a different horror thing in the Star Wars universe, and they were really, really entertaining. I mean, they're totally
that's
young
cool.
adult.
This is
But they're
fucking
just-
rad.
Yeah, they're just essentially Goosebumps in Star Wars universe.
What?
And-
I didn't know about this.
I didn't know
about
about
these-
these either.
It's about
Planet-
these two kids.
Planet Plague.
Hey.
Whoa,
Clones.
clones! It's two Vaders, bro.
Bruv.
Oh, that's
By the
cool.
way, you may not be hearing this after the fact, and that includes you, my compadres. But we're listening to the Cantina Band song right now as we go through this. It's kind of funny.
Good. Galaxy of Fear.
Like, it's so upbeat.
Spore, that was a good one. I remember there's one called like Necropolis, I think, and that one was great. The Brain Spider, creepy. Yeah, all crazy. So yeah, the story is like these two. It follows these two kids. One of them is force sensitive, but not like trained in any way. So she'll occasionally get like an intuition. But yeah. Oh yeah, City of the Dead. That was the one. That one's freaky as hell. It's like Star Wars zombies. Pretty good.
Whoa.
Anyways, they're probably pretty cheesy now, but they might be worth going back because they're only like each one of them's maybe 70 pages or something.
I would read it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, random, off topic, Star Wars, good stuff. So I think actually let's go ahead and watch the Acolyte trailer first, and then we can start with talking about that, and then we can talk about maybe some of the other projects. I saw like again like the Twitter feed version of this trailer real quick, and then I was like, I'm gonna stop and watch it with you guys.
Sweet. Yeah, I didn't watch it either. I mean, I basically did the same thing. I just kind of watched it a little bit without audio, and then I was like, oh, we're gonna have to watch this later, or I'm gonna have to watch it on the big screen.
I have not seen any of it, so
Good, that's better.
Yeah, that's correct for you. That's what you're supposed to do.
that's
So, yeah,
what I
we're
said,
gonna-
on brand.
We're gonna watch this, and then we're gonna give you our thoughts about this here trailer.
All right. Just a moment while I resize a window. And it's resized. All right, here we go. You guys ready?
Oh, sorry.
Close your eyes. Your eyes can deceive you. We must not trust them. Tell me what comes into your mind.
Life. Balance. I see fire.
Oh, Trinity.
Whoa!
Oh,
Carrie Ann Moss.
Someone is killing Jedi. It doesn't make sense.
What happened?
I sensed darkness.
A darkness rises.
This is about power. And who
Cool
is allowed
character
to use
designs.
Yeah. Is that Lil
What
Sims?
is that?
Ooh, a Sith.
Powerful one at that.
2 episode premiere, June 4th.
Nice.
Sweet.
Hell yeah.
So
Go for it.
June 4th, right? That's relatively soon.
Mm-hmm.
It sure
Huh.
is.
So this I gave you a page about all the stuff that we know about Acolyte.
Mm-hmm. I'll
Pretty
show
sure
you.
it takes place.
Sexual chop.
Whoa. I think it takes place in this
What's
High
that?
Republic era, which they have been doing. They've been doing in book and comic form only. So this is going to be the first live action or any silver screen version of.
Yeah, the new timeline.
Of the new timeline.
What's
So
the
I'm-
new era called again?
It's called the High Republic. I believe it takes place about between like 500 and 300 years prior to Episode 1.
Nice.
So I think they've hinted that the only person alive is Yoda, but he would be very young, type of thing.
Mhm.
That we know, at least,
yeah.
maybe Yaddle. So
Maybe.
yeah, so I'm, it shouldn't have too many member berries, but there is things like Coruscant and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Cool. Well, let's check this out.
yeah. Let's check it out. I forget what the director's name is, but I know they're known for like action martial artsy stuff.
Okay.
Get ready for a surprise.
Wow.
Sorry.
It's a surprise
was-
to us.
That was the wrong button. I was supposed to hit this one.
That's hot.
I was supposed to hit that one. I'm sorry. Cool. So does this talk about the person, or do you want me to run
Oh,
through
sorry,
it, or
I was
what's
I
going
was
on?
looking it up. Yeah,
do I
Leslie
do?
Headland, I guess. Oh wait, yeah. So she's the showrunner. I don't know what she's from though.
Leslie Headrunner.
Headland.
Yeah.
Headland.
All right, let's look her up. So Leslie Headland, what has she made? She's from L.A. and she's made The Bachelorette. Oh, she made Russian
Wow.
Doll,
Okay.
which is cool.
Sleeping with other
The
people
producer.
and About Last Night.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
Those are-
I've only seen The Bachelorette.
I've seen Russian Doll. Russian
I've
Doll's
seen
actually
Russian
pretty
Doll
good.
too.
It's actually pretty
Yeah.
good.
I didn't finish season 2, but season 1 was definitely good.
Mhm.
Probably a show I'll go back to at some.
She's this will be the she's only directed Dying for Sex and The Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Things I don't know
Perfect.
about.
Wow, that's cool. She's
So that's
relatively
interesting.
unknown.
Yeah.
I'm into that. That's interesting.
Huh.
I mean, yeah, I'm down. So it just sounds like what she says is like, whatever you think the Acolyte is, it's not. It's just a drop in the bucket. I'm like, okay, cool.
A
So, you know,
drop in the
may-
buck. What does she mean by that?
Maybe like in the universe, or like whatever you think is just a tiny bit of the whole story, or something like that.
So she's trying to be cryptic.
It seems like there's like an investigation into a shocking crime spree, so maybe it's a bit of like a Jedi cop drama. We'll see. Like
Huh.
detective story.
That'd be pretty interesting.
All I really know about the High Republic era, I read a bit of one of the books and I really didn't like it very much. Not because of the era necessarily. It was just one of those sci-fi books where it just felt like it was just exposition for like 150 pages, and I was just like, you're just throwing so much stuff at me, and I didn't feel like there was a lot of like character that I cared about. So,
Mhm.
all I know is that like this is the Jedi. This is the time when the Jedi are like in full, like they're in their high prime type of thing. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And the galaxy in general is like in this kind of progress, like expansion period. You know what I mean? It's like the first time that they're like using hyperspace lanes where they can, like, before I guess they actually get into like the sci-fi of hyperspace a bit in the book I was reading, where it's like before you would just have to kind of like take these random guesses, and hyperspace was really dangerous, and like you kind of like they hadn't mapped out. Like I guess hyperspace actually does take some navigation. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, it sure does. Yeah.
yeah, like you see when like Chewie and Han are in the Falcon and they're trying to get away from a big Star Destroyer. It like takes them a minute to like punch in coordinates like that. I think they even say in Empire, like
Yeah.
you don't want to end up in the middle of a planet or something. You know what I mean? Something along those lines.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's cool. They got into that a lot, and then it talks about the whole onus of that book is there's these like pirates who like learn how to manipulate hyperspace lanes, and so they can essentially like jump anywhere they want, which is like not something that the Republic ships can do. So they like start doing all these raids on Republic ships, and they like hijack a Republic ship and crash it into a planet. They essentially 9/11 a Republic ship, and and like and fuck up a whole bunch of people. Like the whole planet dies, like Alderaan type of vibes. So, anyways,
Too soon.
Too soon. Yeah, never forget.
Never.
Never forget whatever. I forgot the name of the planet, so I already failed. But yeah.
Never
All right.
forget the thing I just forgot.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. What'd you guys think of that trailer? I mean, it looks kind of generic, but it could be cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really. It's more of a teaser than anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say it could be anything, and I'll give it a chance at least. That's all I'll say, to be honest with you. I'll give it a watch. What comes of it, I don't know. Am I excited? Not necessarily. But I will watch it.
Totally.
Cool. I like Sith, so hopefully I enjoy this. It sounds interesting. Reading from this article, it said, if Star Wars is about the underdog versus the institution, and the Acolyte, the Jedi, are the institution, I was so interested in a storyline where the Jedi were at the height of their power, and I don't mean the Phantom Menace, because at that point, there's a Sith Lord in the Senate that they're not picking up on. So this really is like Jedi on their A game, and so it'll be really interesting to see the juxtaposition between the versions of Jedi we know from the films, which are like way past their prime. It's like Luke Skywalker, a newbie. It's an super old ass man, and another old ass man. And then even in the prequel trilogy, it's Jedi who, albeit are powerful, aren't at their A game at all. So totally. I like that aspect of exploring another era.
And then, right, you have it with the opposite way, where you're gonna have the table switched a little bit, where Jedi's in power and Sith feel like they have to fight against that power, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe we'll see, but
we'll see. Yeah. And the idea, I was like watching something, like I don't know if it was a short or a TikTok or something like that, but it was saying like it was talking about like some extended universe stuff that this show might be pulling a little bit from, where it was like talking about like the different ideologies of like training for Jedi versus training for Sith, where like they would send Sith Padawans out like on their own, like alone, to kind of like gain as much power as possible and kind of be like resentful of their master, and then like get enough power to like essentially overthrow their master, where other Jedi were like all sent out together and stuff like that, and it's all kind of more about like camaraderie and like using each other as master and apprentice type of thing. So who knows?
That's just a random Sith apprentice right here.
That's fun. The cast is interesting. It's all pretty unknown people. Lee Jung-jae from Squid Game is in there, which is interesting.
Cool.
They were one of the main people in Squid Game, which is kind of funny.
That's a cool. I love double sabers. I think they're tight.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, I think that usually works best for Star Wars when you get unknowns.
Yeah, I'm excited
totally.
about that.
So I think I am glad they keep doing that, even though Lucas isn't in charge anymore. But yeah, I think unknowns are the way to go.
And Carrie-Anne Moss, even though she's like pretty widely known in general, I don't know.
She's still not super famous right now.
Yeah, and she's selective with her projects enough that I feel like you don't get oversaturated where she's gonna feel like, oh, that's Carrie-Anne Moss like doing her thing. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Like even in The Matrix, even though she's like a leading lady in that movie, she's like kind of understated a little bit,
Oh, regarding the directing, it said that Headland directed episodes 1 and 2, and then Kogonada directed episodes 3 to 7.
Cool.
So, or 3
That's
and
awesome.
7. Looks like basically, they got a Witcher director on 4 and 5.
Nice.
Another director for 6 and 8. So seems like it's
That
like
makes
4 or 5 directors who did 2 episodes each.
Yeah, Headland
Yeah.
Headland is like the showrunner, I think. So
Cool.
that's cool. I'm stoked.
I'll definitely give it a
Michael
watch.
Abels, I guess, worked on Jordan Peele movies, and they scored The Acolyte, so that's cool.
Nice.
Anyways, I don't know. I'm optimistic. Again, like Miguel talks about, like this is separating itself so much from any Skywalker nepotism stuff.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I'd like to give it a chance. Again, hopefully there's I don't think there's going to be any sort of like homework for this show. You know what I mean? Just like watch it, enjoy, and
There
like,
won't be, yeah.
I
you
hope
gotta-
there's no member berries, really, to be honest with you. I hope they don't try and do anything like that.
Well,
So,
dude, you know what? What are the droids going to be like? That's what I'm really curious about. Because you might not have astromech droids, or the astromech droids you see in this time period are like way more rudimentary or something.
They've got to have some sort of robots, I'm sure, right?
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
just
I'm
like,
sure they do.
will they be lower tech, or will they just like all look different?
No, I think they'll just look different. I mean, how much lower tech can they get when you consider that they're still flying around in spaceships?
Well, I mean, I only bring this up because of what Gage was saying. How, like, hyperspace hadn't been fully developed. Like, we know it. You know what I mean? Which could be true about other
Right.
technologies. And I'm just like, we haven't seen a droid yet. I wonder
That's
what
true.
that's like. Or if it's
Possible.
like, or if they have no role at all. And then I'm just
They
like,
might
whatever.
They might not even exist.
I mean, all I'll say is, if you think about it, like, what's it called? Knights of the Old Republic. There were droids in there, and they were pretty similar to what we had in the future. So I would imagine it's probably
True.
going to be about the same type of thing.
But that
I think-
is an old universe.
It is.
It was, but
Yeah.
I'm
You're
just
running
asking
around
questions.
with a light sword,
I'm
dude.
just asking
Yeah.
questions.
A robot's not a big fucking thing, dude.
I'm just
Isn't that
asking
weird?
questions.
The thing that's weird about George Lucas's original kind of intention for like the 2 eras that he wrote, as far as like the first trilogy and then the prequel trilogy, is that like his intention always was kind of like the prequel trilogy is kind of like high Rome, right? And then after Rome, like during the Byzantine and everything like that, like shit's pretty chaotic, and actually you lose some technology, and we get Dark Ages and shit like that, and so like the time when the Empire kind of takes over, even though there still is a lot of tech, it's kind of that vibes, you know what I mean? So I'm wondering like what this era is going to represent, if it's going to be like a proto, like an ancient Greasy kind of thing, if there's going to have any sort of that sort of thing where it's like this is building up to the highest time, or is this the highest time? You know what I mean? Kind of thing.
I don't know. I mean, at least from like the costume design, it looks like it's going back. So like medieval or Japanese, like, Edo period or whatever. Like,
Totally.
you know what I mean? So I just wonder
Yeah,
how.
They're fighting with like knives and shit. Like I don't think we saw a single blaster in this show, in this thing.
True. It was. I mean,
Yeah.
there were lightsabers, but we know that like Jedi and Sith are like ancient, from a long, long time ago. So like lightsabers, I guess I understand, but I don't know. I'm just curious, like how it will
Totally.
look different and feel different.
Sorry, I just typed that in the chat.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to see where it comes of it. I think I'm overall optimistic. So, hell yeah.
Sweet.
But let's quickly go through the other projects that have been announced or that we know of but maybe don't exist anymore. In the Star Wars universe, there's a few for sure that have come out recently, and then a few that seem to be missing in action. And I think especially with Bob Iger, is that right? Bob Iger's back at Disney.
I think so. Yeah.
Yes, I believe that is correct.
He's been slashing a bunch of shit he doesn't think is gonna make money. So I think there's a good chance that we're gonna maybe not see some shit that we may have thought we were gonna see. So you know, like there was the DB Wise and David Benioff. There you go. Like movies that I don't think are happening anymore. Yeah, there was just some stuff for sure.
Great job.
Let me see here.
Cool. So upcoming. Here's the full lineup of upcoming Star Wars movies and TV shows. Skeleton Crew, Acolyte, Bad Batch, Tales of the Jedi, Andor, Ahsoka, Taika Waititi Star Wars movie, and then a whole bunch of other stuff.
Now, Tales of the Jedi, that's like the more youth-focused one, right?
Yeah, it's like usually they have like these little tiny. They're usually like 7 to 16 minutes long.
Yeah, they're not
Is
very
this
long.
like
And they're
is this
usually
like that where they
animated
did
or something.
the? God, it's like, was it Legends that they did?
Yeah,
Where
Star
it
Wars
was like-
Legends.
Visions.
Star Wars Visions. Yeah.
Visions.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, that's the one.
Visions is 100% worth watching. Yeah, why is there a Pal World?
I was like,
map?
what?
I
I
don't
get this Pal World shit out of here, IGN.
know.
Yes, I want Power World with my.
I don't know what Star Wars Skeleton Crew is supposed to be.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
It's Jude Law is the front runner kind of guy in it. It's about like a
This isn't telling
Uh,
us.
it's-
Oh, here we go.
it's like a piratey kind of like, you know, ragtag crew of pilots kind of thing. I think it's supposed to be kind of like a, you know, like a World War II fighter pilot movie type of thing, but in Star Wars.
Whoa, hold on. No, stop.
Oh,
You're
maybe
wrong.
I'm thinking of Rogue.
You're-
I'm thinking about Rogue Squadron.
You're
I'm
100%
sorry.
wrong. This
I'm
takes
100%
place
wrong.
during the Mandalorian time period, basically. So
Wow.
right after Return of the Jedi, and they're casting 4 children between 11 and 12 years old. And it says it'll be like a galactic version of Amblin coming of age adventure films of the 80s. So it's gonna be
Whoa.
Star Wars Goonies, baby. This is Star
Star
Wars
Wars ET.
Goonies.
Okay. Okay,
Yes.
that sounds pretty
That's
cool.
pretty
actually.
fucking cool.
All right, cool, and Jude Law's in it.
Sweet.
I'll wait and see for that one.
Yeah, that's a wait and see for me as well.
Yeah,
Wait.
for sure.
We'll watch
Um,
it.
This thing is really hot and sweaty, so I'm gonna take it off my head now.
I was
ah.
waiting for that.
Whew. There's a lot.
Cool.
Um,
What else do you want to talk about? Bad Batch
Well,
season
let's-
3,
No, not at all.
Andor season 2.
I mean, yes, it says possibly 2025. Or yeah, I'm interested. I know this got kind of messed up by the writer's strike for a while, so
I see.
um,
Oh yeah,
I'm excited.
2025, possibly this year. So hopefully toward the end of the year or
it was
early next
originally
year.
slated for this year, but I think that they don't quite know.
Sorry, I
It's a
didn't
lot of
realize I
Star
was
Wars
showing
shit,
this.
guys.
It's a lot of Star Wars shit.
See, this is my problem with it, and also my problem with Marvel is that like I just like kind of stopped caring after a while, a little bit.
Totally.
Even though I
No,
love,
I get that.
yeah, even though I love Star Wars, and like I'll watch anything, but like I'm not running after this shit.
I sit the same place you do, Jacob. Like,
Yeah.
I just kind of stopped giving a shit because it all kind of blended to me a little bit, but which is not fair to say for for people's hard work, but like
No, for sure.
when you cast it in the same era and the same surrounding family and same galaxy, it's like I don't know.
Yeah, it's a little
Yeah, there's-
tiring for sure.
They do kind of seem to like do these concentric circles, right? Where it's like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's weird. Like, there's some weird stuff on here though that like, again, I don't know if it's gonna ever come out. Like Taika Waititi's, or it's announced, but it's not. We don't know anything
That
about
would be
it.
interesting.
Yeah.
Weird, right? Like, I mean, he did like a couple of Thor movies, one of which I thought was amazing. One of them I thought was
What?
kind of
Not.
whatever.
Agreed.
Yeah.
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 But I also think he didn't really want to do the second one, and he was contractually obligated.
I also agree.
So we'll see if this is one of those things where he's like, I want to play in this universe, or if it's like, I'm gonna make a fuck ton of money and then send my kid to college or whatever.
I look, I have faith in it. Like I think Taika does what he wants typically, and he usually comes in with a funny idea and does it with heart, which I didn't feel from that second Thor movie. But again, it could have been that they kind of forced him to do it or whatever. But I think like he's making a Star Wars project because he wants to, and so like
Yeah.
that's promising.
I think he would do great at like quirky droids, funky little aliens who make funny
Yeah.
little quips. Just like the atmosphere, I think he could get really right.
Yeah, I want to see him do like a completely alien story that's just
That's
about
what
like
I'm saying.
a bunch of like unknown like weird creatures that have nothing to do
Yeah.
with any of the plot line, but just kind of add to the fun flavor of Star Wars. It just
That'd
like
be
the,
awesome.
just like the Ewok movie. You guys ever watch the fucking Ewok movie?
Yeah.
Where like there's a witch or
Watched
something?
those as a kid. There's 2.
Yeah, they're
What if it's
ridiculous.
a- what
they're
if it's a
ridiculous.
sequel to the Ewok movies? That'd be so awesome.
Dude, but
Those
that's what I'm
were
saying. Exactly,
so
but
bad.
I'm just saying take
I
the
liked
same.
them as a kid, but they're so bad.
Take the
Oh.
the premise, right, and expand
and
upon
actually
not
make it good.
necessarily-
Yes,
Yeah,
make
yeah,
it
and
good,
I-
please.
I'm also
And
not
not Ewoks.
saying specifically Ewoks. I'm just saying take that same idea where you're just kind of doing something different with different characters, but you're still in Star Wars. It doesn't have to be about like saving the galaxy. It could be like a planet level story with like fun aliens and droids, you know? Like fuck
Agreed.
yeah. That's dope.
Totally. And yeah, he's so good at getting in the feels, like Jojo Rabbit, Hunt for the
Great
Wilder
fucking movie.
People.
Yep.
Both of those like made me cry a genuine tears. So like he might be able to do it. You never know.
Excellent projects.
But like this is weird. James Mangold's Dawn of the Jedi. Like I don't know what that is. You know what I mean?
I want
maybe-
one. I don't
Yeah.
know. Like I just think like we hear a lot about like Order 66, and that's like for me, I not really expound upon that much. Like when it comes to the actual display of power of Vader at that point, right? And I
Yeah.
still think that we could definitely service that more.
Oh my god,
Um,
dude. A Vader hunting Jedi show where he just
Yeah.
kills Jedi and it's about a
Jedi
villain
of the Week
would
Yeah,
be like
totally.
fucking amazing as a show. Because
And, like,
there's some
no.
great comics
what's
around
going
it.
through his while he's killing all these people, right? Like
I really
don't know.
don't want that. Just we need to get away from Vader.
Let's
like,
just
let's
kill
look at
Jedi as Vader. That's
Let's
the
just
that's the
no,
show.
Let's just play a game, dude. Just play a game where you do that. I don't want
I
to fucking
guess,
watch
It's
it.
not a
I
bad
don't know.
idea. Not a bad idea.
don't
well,
fucking
but
wanna watch
the good thing about it is you don't have to watch it. So
There you go.
if
It
they
would
make
be
it,
a
you don't have to
terrible,
watch it.
terrible,
Watch
terrible
what
show.
you want, Miguel.
terrible
Watch
decision.
what you want.
No, but hold on. This project
Horrible
right
movie.
here is
Dawn of the
so
Jedi.
it's so far away from that time period that it's what I was just saying, like ancient times with the first Jedi. This is 25,000 years before everything.
Dope.
And it's the
Yeah.
very first Jedi Knights. Like that is a pretty cool project. I can
That
get
is
behind
cool.
that.
And it's a Logan director, and he's gonna make it hopefully visceral as fuck. I mean, we've never had a
Yeah.
rated R Star Wars thing, but that would be cool.
Dude, could you imagine? It'd be like
Just
brutal.
like full cauterized lightsaber wounds and full display. Full display.
Yeah.
Cutting
um,
mofos in half.
Yeah, like a Wookiee actually rips the arm off a Gundark. You know what I'm saying? That'd be
And
cool.
then blood flies everywhere. Yeah.
it's like Tarantino or Robert Rodriguez.
Yeah, or like a Japanese horror can get super bloody sometimes. So
Totally.
That'd be awesome.
One thing I'm not very excited for, especially after the end of Mando season 3, is Filoni's Mandoverse movie. I feel like it just screams, this is the thing that's making Star Wars the most money right now because of the toys, and so let's make us more money, type of thing. Dave Filoni has done good with like the universe kind of. He's kind of the galaxy master right now as far as the lore goes, along with Jon Favreau. So it's not like I don't like have faith in their ability to craft like an interesting Star Wars chunk, but it's starting to feel pretty like fan servicey, you know.
Yeah, move on.
Not gonna argue.
I'm over it.
It's
Move
just
on.
the
Mando
movie.
don't do that.
This movie is just the movie that comes after all the shows he's been making. It's just more of the same shit, just in a movie.
Yep.
This one I'm intrigued about.
This is true. I tried to rewatch the sequel trilogy the other day, and I like legitimately couldn't get through it. I watched The Force Awakens, and I started watching The Last Jedi, and The Last Jedi, right? Yeah.
Yep.
And I just couldn't get through it. I mean, not that I'm not even a hater of that movie the way that some people are, but I just was unenthused you know,
Yeah.
and yeah, I don't know. It
Yep.
really was just
Got a
the
thing
Luke.
against blue
It
milk.
was, it was just the Luke thing. It just really felt like I watched Force Awakens, started watching that one, and to go from the last shot of Force Awakens where you're like, holy shit, they fucking found Luke, to that thing where it's just a joke, and I'm like, I don't know, man. It just felt
Yep.
marvelly. It's weird. you know?
That's exactly what I hate about that movie.
Yeah. And just, Luke wouldn't go through the entirety of his progress and like saving his father, who was like the worst Sith in all of history. You know what I mean? And then like just be like this flippant
And then
arrogant-
just live a weak life, like in
Yeah.
exile. Like
Like it's one thing if he's just like meditative and wants to be at peace and not mess around with Jedi stuff anymore, but it's not like I just didn't buy the whole, oh, I fucked up with Ben Solo, so like my whole, I just
Have you ever been broken?
yeah.
That fucking broke him.
All right, there you
That
go.
would be my argument to that. Is that fucking broke him? So yeah, he doesn't want to do. I totally
I
get it,
get-
dude.
I can say this Han's kid. I get it, and Leia's kid.
I fucking get it, dude. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Right on. I'm glad. I'm
Nah.
glad someone has a different opinion than me.
right.
You're either
Anyway.
you're either on one side or you're on the other, man, and I just I have nothing else to say.
I wanted to like all those movies, and I think I enjoyed them all in the theaters. And then I like as you go back through and start to.
Oh, I hated the last one. It was fucking terrible. in
The
theaters.
last one is the worst Star Wars movie ever
It
made.
is- Yeah,
It
I
is,
would agree with
yeah.
that statement.
I think Solo is personally, but that's
No,
Nope.
I'd say
Solo's
Solo's
actually fun.
Fucking fun, dude.
Solo's a
fun
good time.
Movie. Solo. My issue with that movie was there was too much member berries. Like, oh, this is how he got the Falcon. This is how he got his name. This is how he got his name.
Yeah.
This is how he got. I don't fucking care.
It's just all stupid. I'm
That's-
It was stupid.
That's the
But
downside,
overall-
but yeah, it's fun.
Overall, as a movie
I think
in
it's just-
general, like it's still a fun movie.
Yeah,
It was really good.
there's some good characters in it, but you could say that
Oh,
about
absolutely.
the episode 9 as well, though. There's that
No.
little fucking guy who's like,
There was no good characters in that
The
movie.
little guy was.
"Hey,
kinda
I'm a
cool.
little guy and I got a
There's-
weird accent."
There is nothing redeeming
Frick.
about that movie.
I like
at
little
all,
guy.
in my opinion.
Little guy's pretty cool.
Babu Frick's pretty cool. There's that movie was just so weird, even with like the way that like Rey like kills Chewie and then just doesn't, and you're like, oh okay. It'd be one thing if they were going to commit to any of these things, and they just don't commit to
Well,
any of it.
and that's what you get when you get a bunch of toxic people on the internet and just don't let people do what the fuck they're gonna do,
Yeah.
and essentially bring in the director who's gonna give everybody what they want.
Yeah.
Guess we can't make anyone mad.
Well, so it could have evolved and gotten better. I see where it
Right.
could have gone
Right.
well if they let him play it out, right? But
Right.
They just scrapped most of what the Last Jedi created.
Yeah.
So
I just think it needed to either be a full J.J. Abrams trilogy or
Mhm.
maybe a full Ryan Johnson trilogy. But like
Yeah.
them
You
just
nailed it.
being willy nilly, like it seems like they just didn't have an end in mind, you know? Like
No, there was no framework to
They
go
were-
on.
they
didn't
were
think
just-
it through.
Giving people movies. That's all they gave
Yeah.
a fuck about.
They
They're like,
didn't
yeah,
actually
just
think it through.
I'm even okay. I would even be okay with the premise in general of Sidious manipulating the strings even further than we originally thought in the original trilogy. I mean,
Nah.
like, I think
No, that was the worst part too. Like, come on, he's a
Well,
fucking clone. Get the fuck
Palpatine
out of
should
here.
not have been
Dude,
in there.
Palpatine should never have
let
been.
him have it out. Let him have it out.
I'm not saying in the way that they did it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that we have known Sheev. That's right, his name's Sheev. To be so like such a master manipulator for hundreds of years, essentially. You know what I mean? Or like you know what I mean with his original Darth Plagueis business, and then orchestrating the entire galactic civil war to then we just know he's a master planner, and I could see like I would have been fine if Snoke wasn't like or could have been a clone of him or something. That'd be fine. But I think like them going straight up back to it's the Emperor again as like a spider thing was just lame. You know,
Check
like,
out the big brain on bread.
And also, like, what? I don't know. I don't know. The whole
It was
Patterson
lazy writing.
thing. I
It was
didn't
lazy
really.
writing,
Yeah.
There's so much wrong with that movie, and it was I think they'd set up Ryan Johnson did a good job setting that up, and it could have been really fucking good, and it wasn't. It was
I loved like,
let's
the
be
kid,
safe.
You know, the sweepy kid at the end. I was like, sweet sweepy kid. Like he can do his thing sometime. You know,
And by no means is The Last Jedi a perfect movie.
No.
By no means. There's a ton of problems with it, but overall, it's still fucking good in my opinion.
It was
It's the
just a
best
car
one out of
chase movie. Yeah.
It was the one doing the most interesting things for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, I obviously have big problems with like the way what they did to my boy Luke Skywalker, but it had the most fresh takes. And if they would have stuck with the direction they're going with in the last one, I think it could have developed to something interesting. But I think the 1-2 punch of that movie followed by the last one is just like, it is rough. And Force Awakens too is just gratuitous. And it's like,
well, that was just
it's just a remake of
a kick to
4.
the balls, because it was essentially just a remake of the original movie.
And it has, I mean, it has some hype moments, you know, and
there was a lot of stuff I did
fun.
enjoy. There was a lot of characters they introduced, but I was like, okay, it's A New Hope, but it's bigger, and they even make fun of that in the movie. And it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, I think
JJ really made me sad. Let's put it that way.
The one major problem I had with Force Awakens, having just recently watched it, is just the Star Killer base stuff. I think everything up into the point where all the rebels are together, or the resistance, sorry, you know, talking about like the big threat, and like with the whole thing where they sweep away the Republic with one fell stroke, and you're just like, what? Like it's just. But I love the like breaking out a stormtrooper. I love the fake out of Rey getting the lightsaber at the end instead of Finn, who you think it's gonna be. I like Han Solo passing his ship down to Rey instead of Finn. Like, you know, like I like them playing with that kind of stuff. The characters are honestly really enjoyable and great and funny. Maz Kanata is like one of my favorite like Star Wars additions. But then they just take all of that setup and then just really don't land the plane. You know what I mean?
I'm not a Maz Kanata fan. I'm sorry.
I just like the idea that there's like a secret hideaway hangout where like everyone who's cool in Star Wars knows where to go. You know?
Yeah, that's fun. That's fun, but also just the cantina again.
Yeah, I feel you. But it's not like there's a good bar in every city where people
exactly.
Hang out, you know what I mean?
You could easily make that argument. There is,
and I just like the idea that like
you want him to go. You want him to go to the realtor office.
Maz Kanata is just like
the bank is.
We need a Yoda for this story. Let's put like a Yoda in there or some shit. All right, Maz Kanata, cool. We got a Yoda. Good. All right, whatever. Oh yeah, and it's also the cantina scene. Sure. I don't fucking know. These movies like put me in a bad mood.
I mean, I totally get you. I think my, I was trying to go into them and be like, on this recent rewatch, because I had the same taste in my mouth that you did, and I was trying to go into them being like, maybe I misjudged, maybe I need to go back and rewatch them, and I'll find something I like that I didn't before, and I was wrong. Nope, I didn't. So, whereas I showed Aishu when we first got together, when we were like, she was like 20 and I was 22. She had never seen the prequel trilogy, and we went back and watched them, and we had a blast watching them. Like they were still really enjoyable, even though they're flawed. Where this I didn't find any joy.
I wonder if that has a lot to do with nostalgia, though. Because those were the ones you really watched, right? So I think, again, we have to look at these movies in the sense that they're for kids.
Totally.
They're ultimately children's movies.
Probably.
And of course you're going to like the ones that you saw first.
Of course.
I guess what I'm saying is that she really enjoyed them too, like, and having not ever seen them before, and so. Like,
well, that's cool. I mean, I'm surprised, but that's cool.
Well, I guess
I'm not that surprised, man. I don't think they're shite movies, right? Like, I
don't know, dude. They're pretty bad.
I think they're decent, dude.
They have
middle of the road.
League's better than the new ones.
Yeah. Well,
maybe except for Force Awakens.
Not all of them. I mean, Phantom Menace is like on the level of Force Awakens, I think.
The main.
I would argue. I don't know. At least I liked the lightsaber work in those a lot, though. So.
I mean, that stuff was cool.
There's also
they were all filmed on green screen. They look like shit now.
I mean,
they did not age well.
Technically, there's a lot of
just episode 1.
Although I will say that that episode 3, that first space battle when they're coming in on
Yep.
the Jedi Starfighters.
Cool.
That thing still looks phenomenal. That's some of the best CG I've ever seen in my entire life. But there is parts that you're like, ooh, you know. But other than Jar Jar and Anakin's acting, in my opinion, is like that is really what makes those movies hard to watch. But
It's a lot of the movie.
it is a lot of movies.
But I was also going to say
Yeah.
that was also because you had what's his name directing too,
George Lucas.
and he's not a very good director to begin with.
No.
No,
You do he does one or two takes and that's it, and all right, we got it, and
yeah,
you see you see the end result. It's just not good.
yeah. He's like,
Yeah.
do it in post, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's in my opinion, I don't know. I still like the originals the best personally.
Oh yeah.
And I like the originals the best before they were altered.
Same.
Of course.
Also,
Yeah.
but that's just me. Again, I think it goes back to nostalgia. I think
It's
it's
'cause
whichever
we're old.
ones you watched first is the ones you're gonna like the most.
It's true.
I have 4K rips of the first three movies, unaltered, and I will cherish those files, those MP4s or whatever they are for the rest of my life for sure.
Just maybe send them my way or not. I don't know.
Sure,
Maybe,
yeah.
maybe just send them.
Yeah, I'll put them
Sweet.
in. I'll just put them in the drive. Allegedly.
So-
Anyways, but they're continuing the stuff with Ray, so that's interesting. We'll see.
So with this, the director is like I think a Canadian Pakistani woman. So that's really
cool.
interesting. She's made some films, but like, you know, like Pakistani stuff, you know, a girl in the river, which I don't know what that is, but that seems like one of those movies that would win like a foreign award or something, you know.
Yeah.
So interesting that she's gonna go from like, you know, things based in her culture to this show. So like maybe we'll get really interesting new themes in Star Wars, and a little bit of like that kind of flavor and culture will rub off a bit on the show. Just kind of like how it seems like with Acolytes, it seems to be more Japanese. This might feel more Pakistani. Who knows?
That's very cool. Yeah, I think everything else is presumed canceled. The Lando show, we have no idea the status of it.
What about this? The Mandalorian and Grogu movie.
It's literally the title right now.
Well,
Yeah,
We
see,
can talk about that.
no, that's two different things. That's the thing, Miguel. There's two
Wait.
movies like this.
There is.
There's
is.
this one,
Right.
but also the Mandoverse New Republic movie. So two
that one-
different movies.
That one is supposed to like wrap up the Rebels, Clone Wars, Ahsoka timeline.
Oh,
And then-
okay.
And
Okay.
so actually that one might be okay. And
And
then
this
might
one-
actually be bad.
And this
Yeah,
will
this
just
was
be
gonna be
like the movie, like the anime movie version of Mandalorian, essentially, is what this will be. You know, like the Cowboy
I
Bebop
want the
movie.
show to be.
You know
oh,
what
I
mean?
know what you're saying. Like the way the anime movies are like you don't have to have watched the show to watch this, but like it's kind of a retelling, but also kind of a new story, like that kind of thing.
No, it's usually
hope
like a
it's not
side quest.
retelling.
It's
I want
usually
it to
like
be a side quest.
yeah, it's usually like an inconsequential movie, like longer, better produced version of the thing that you've been watching on TV, and something that doesn't typically affect the plot of the show. That's kind of what I expect. Either that or
Kinda
this will
like,
wrap up their entire storyline.
Kind of like
Let's
Firefly
hope.
and Serenity.
One or the other.
Yes, let's hope.
Doesn't matter or matters very much.
Because I mean, ultimately, does Grogu live? I'm going to assume he doesn't.
Who knows? Maybe Grogu will be at the fucking Jedi Academy that Rey
No,
sets up.
I'm going to assume he doesn't, only
He'll be like-
because we have not seen anything from him.
Who knows, man? I don't know. I started out.
This is my
being like,
Grogu
oh,
face.
Good.
He's doing the Force.
Great.
Well, he like just eats things. He goes,
Oh, I mean, maybe show me Grogu in 1,000 years when he's like 800 or 900 or something.
Old.
I don't
Grogu,
fucking
yeah.
care about him right now, dude.
Eat that, will you?
And also, he's not like a Yoda, so
yeah.
that's interesting as well.
I don't know,
Spoiler
man.
alert.
I don't know what to think of Grogu in general. I just feel like he's like I liked him as a MacGuffin in the beginning of that show, and then by the end I was like, how are you How are you gonna do this? I don't know. I don't know.
What?
Neither
And
do they.
Cherry brings up an interesting point. Like, it's the our show did so well, we will continue banking on it movie. So
100.
Oh, absolutely.
Precisely.
Agreed. Agreed.
Then we got Star Wars Rogue Squadron status unknown, which is sad because I love the story of Rogue Squadron, and I always want more Wedge Antilles.
Yeah, that's one that I would love to watch just because it would just be a cool, like, this is the one I was talking about that I got mixed up with Skeleton Crew that I thought was like just gonna be like a World War II fighter pilot movie essentially. You know what I mean? Like in space.
that could be very compelling.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's basically on hold, and then there's a bunch of other stuff. Lando movie.
No
There's actually only a couple other things. Mandalorian season 4, Book of Boba Fett season 2, apparently.
Don't do that. Don't
Just
do that.
don't.
Stop
Just
it.
stop.
Do you know what? I just don't
Please.
care. Just please stop. Yeah.
Yeah, they need to stop. I agree.
Anywho, okay, well, that was kind of a weird negative ending of that one, but I guess quick final summations from each of you. This is great. Just what do you think about the future of Star Wars as far as what's announced, and I guess what would you hope to see from the Star Wars universe going forward? Quickly.
I'll go first.
Yeah.
Going the future the near future that we've seen it, kind of more of the same. I'm not very excited, to be honest with you. Nothing I saw there really got me that stoked, to be very honest with you. But
Totally.
maybe I'll be proven wrong. Happy to be proven wrong. Hopefully, and honestly, what we looked at Acolyte, that seems to me the most promising because it's something we haven't seen from an era we haven't seen not very much of, at least. I don't know, and just like the whole compelling with the flip of like, well, it's the Jedi being on top, so what does that do? Otherwise, yeah, what I want to see is, again, more alien shit. Give me more outside of Jedi, more outside of like even solo kind of smuggler stuff, like, because we get a lot of that. So just don't be afraid to get weird.
Totally. Jacob, what about you? And also thank you for also anyone who hasn't, really fast, just since you're on this right now, watch Star Wars Visions. It doesn't take much effort. They're not canon. They're completely they just give Star Wars to a bunch of animation studios, and they're just fucking rad. Like,
they are awesome.
Just visually incredibly fun to watch.
Agreed.
And not inconsequential. So who cares? Like, it's just imagination at its purest.
Yeah, it's like the Animatrix of Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I definitely still have to watch that, and I will. And then if you are watching the video version, which you can at twitch.tv/Neon Pocket Dimension, 7 p.m. Wednesdays on Pacific time, or watching on at Odd Valley Studios, or no, excuse me, different, at Neon Pocket Dimension. So youtube.com/at Neon Pocket Dimension. You can see the video version, but I'm showing Vulture's top 16 Star Wars shows. Number 4 is the Clone Wars. For me, like I said, the two projects that are exploring the past are what I'm interested in. So that is what was it? The Jedi Beginnings or whatever. What was it called?
Dawn of the Jedi. I believe.
Dawn of the Jedi. Yeah, Dawn of the Jedi sounds really cool. So I'm stoked to see that happen. And then of course Acolyte looked pretty cool. So I'll watch that.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, everything else, I don't know. Like I said, I'll fucking get to it maybe one day.
The day that you finish Final Fantasy
VII Rebirth. Yeah, I'm gonna finish that shit way beforehand, and then I'll be on episode 600 of One Piece, maybe even 1,000. Who knows?
Episode 350 of Neon Pocket Dimension. Yes.
Cool.
Miguel, what about you?
No, I would say I personally just want new. Just give me new, different. Overall, like I've been saying for years at this point, I don't want fucking member berries. I'm sick of member berries. I'm sick of the same old characters. Just, it's a great universe. You can do so much with it.
Hell yeah.
I would even say, like, have it be in a different universe altogether. but same type of Star Wars feel, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
you could do so much with the idea of Star Wars in general, right?
Mhm.
So I don't know. Some of the shows look pretty good. Like I said, I like Rebels. I know like Jacob's not going to watch any of this shit, even though he says he's going to. It's probably not going to happen, and that's okay. And I'm not saying you should by any means. If you don't care, don't fucking watch it. It's fine.
I mean,
But if you like
eventually
Star
I'll
Wars,
get around to it, man.
it's not going to happen, dude.
It's like, hey, we should hang out more. You know,
Exactly.
We should really hang out more.
Exactly. And that's why you
Yeah,
shouldn't.
definitely.
You should never say that because it's not going to happen.
It's like,
That is why when I see people I haven't seen in a long time, I don't end the conversation with, "Hey man, we should hang out more." I end it with, "Well, it's good seeing you, man. Take care."
Yeah.
Because it's never going to happen. Never going to happen. And I'd rather be honest with them. But anyway, all I'm saying is, I'm having a good time with it. Like, I still enjoy some of the stuff. Some of the stuff I don't really care too much about, obviously, like Bad Batch. Andor I thought was really good. I think it was a really solid show. I really enjoyed The Mandalorian first came out. I got bummed as it went on, obviously. But like Andor I think is great. I think it's going to be a concise story. It's going to end with the next season, and that flows into the movie. And the movie was fucking awesome too. So like it's just one of those things where I think a lot of good things can be done with the series or the franchise and but you know, just they have to want to try.
Totally. Well said. Yeah, I agree with most of what you said there. For me, I'm gonna use my last little summation moment to just plug my one Star Wars idea that I've been had in my head forever.
Oh, here we go.
I want a guy who's like addicted to gambling, essentially an Uncut Gems, where a guy who's addicted to gambling bets a bunch of money on the Boonta Eve race in Tatooine, the pod race, and the movie's centered around this pod race that's gonna happen. And
so you just want Pod Racers the movie?
no, he bets on Sebulba because everyone would bet on Sebulba, and little fucking Anakin comes through and saves the day, unfortunately, and it screws his whole life up, and it's all about like his wife and kids getting fucking taken by the Hutts, and he's got to like he's got to do this whole kind of John Wick-ish style or something, it's like part hardball, part like Heat, part it's just a crime movie based in Tatooine that again. You never really see Anakin or anything like that. It's not about member berries. It just takes place around the fact that there's this upset that totally takes everyone by surprise and a gambler who gets in deep.
All I'll say to that, Gage, I don't think that's a bad idea. Give me Star Wars where it's just like regular dude living his life and it's kind of shitty.
No, again, he's shitty.
Give me a show like that. Like,
well, what if it's like a citizen random in Star Wars, like during the time, but like nothing to do with any of the stuff?
Exactly. Right? He's just trying to go to work. He happens
and it's
to
just
work
like
for
a
the
comedy,
Empire.
maybe like
he's pushing papers and shit's going down. Like something like that. That would be fun.
I actually love that I love that in Andor about the guy
Jeff
like,
goes to work.
About the guy who just like who lives with his mom, is like eating cereal and is just mad. Like I love that.
That's one of the best parts of that show. I thought.
Yeah, totally.
It's just showing some dude trying to go through the ranks, right?
And like he does that shitty little like speech to those people, and they're like, yeah, all right, man. It's like a Monday morning office speech, and you're like, sick, dude.
Like give me. I hate to say it, but it's like watch any show that you like right now, put it in Star Wars, and you might have a damn good show.
Yeah, just how the holocron's busted again.
Yeah,
Jimmy, get over here.
Like, tell me that wouldn't be fucking work.
Yeah,
it probably would.
George Lucas, you can have any of these ideas for the low price of $500 a script. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I just
that's for each of us, too.
Yeah, totally.
Per script.
Times 4. Or you can just make a donation to our non-existent Patreon. Yeah. Anyway,
one day,
guys. That was a lot of Star Wars talk. Thanks for indulging me. It was a good way for me to get back in the rhythm of podcasting from my kind of tumultuous moving time in which I haven't really even been on my phone for like the last week. So
great job.
Hey, thanks. Let's round out real quick with if anyone's got some endorsements, we'll go ahead and do a little endorsing. Anyone got one for us this week? Feel free to chime in.
Huh.
You know?
Jacob, what about wait?
Dragon's Dogma 2.
What's the fucking command for the beer one? Hold on.
It's
There it is.
endorse.
Not just endorse beer again.
Good on you.
Guinness?
You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna endorse beer.
I got a lot of Guinness in
Yeah.
my house. Buy
Lagunitas.
Take some Guinness.
You know what?
You can have
I
a
don't
couple.
like seltzers typically.
Well, also
But
don't.
This one was pretty good.
What is it?
The
Truly unruly.
Oh,
Truly
that's cool.
unruly.
What
Uh,
is that?
Tropical twist. It's like
Smittix.
it's a seltzer, but it's got more juice in it. So
Cool.
Oh.
yeah,
Okay.
it's
Drink
flavor.
more red ales. This is my real endorsement. Drink more red ales. They're delicious.
Hell yeah, bro.
You know?
I'm drinking the champagne of beers, Miller High Life.
I'm gonna endorse chocolate milk.
Oh, dude, fuck yeah, I love chocolate milk.
Chocolate?
Because why the fuck
Chocolate?
not?
Chocolate? Chocolate? Chocolate! Chocolate! Chocolate!
Keeps going on.
That goes.
It goes for a minute. That's great though.
There you go.
Okay, chocolate milk, excellent endorsement. I fucking love chocolate milk.
Sexual chocolate.
How many more endorsements do we need?
Did Steven go? Oh, you said truly unruly. Cool.
Yeah, we made the joke about
that
and
it?
leaned into it. So
That's great. I'm gonna endorse Sharper Image
No.
Axis 16 desktop tower fan. That is
Jesus
black.
Christ, man.
I
Can I? Who shops with Sharper Image, man? You see those shits? You're
I
like, that's
went
way
to
overpriced. Nothing.
I went to a Fred Meyer for the first time and I bought one and it's fantastic. It's got a light on it. You can turn a light on it. It can turn on its side or on its top like a tower.
Yeah.
It rotates. It's got a great white noise sound to it. I really like it. And what are you showing us? Spring Break Essentials.
I didn't even know Sharper Image was still a thing.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
They're not a thing in the same way that we thought of them. Like have you ever heard? Have you ever? Okay, this is a piggyback endorsement. Have you ever looked at the Hamburger Schlemmer catalog? Because that's fantastic. Hamburger Schlemmer is essentially the Sharper Image, but everything on there is like $25,000. It's insane. You can buy a personal submarine craft on there for like 70 grand.
You and I are in different socioeconomic backgrounds here because I would never have looked at that.
I could not afford a single thing on there. I think I could maybe afford like whatever. They're like their little accessories page or something like that.
You need some nighttime driving glasses by Sharper Image for $54.99. You piece of shit.
The best part is you can buy all this Sharper Image crap at Ross
On Wish.
Yeah.
and it's
On
cheap
Wish.
as fuck.
They were the Wish before Wish was.
Yeah, let's look at Wish really quick. Let's see what they got on there.
You gotta look at Hamburger Slammer, dude. Hold on.
Can you please type into the fucking chat what the fuck you're saying? Because I keep hearing hamburgers, and it's kind of pissing me off, sir.
I
got you,
I
dude.
heard Hamburger Schlemmer. Right?
Hamburger Schlammer. Let's look at
Hamburger Slammer.
the Wish Deals Hub. What do we got? It's taking too long. There you go. Here's your pee-pee map for your stupid ass dog.
What?
Did you type it into the chat?
My dog is awesome, but has never. Hold on. I wanted to shop. I wanted to go.
Hamburger.
I got you, dude. Hold on.
Slamber. I don't know what fuck you're saying. There, I got it. I typed that in and it popped up. You sons of bitches. All you have to do is type in Hampaka Shalaka and it fucking shows up.
Go to unique gifts and then sort by price and see what happens.
Unique gifts. Can't sort it. Let's go by top rated gifts.
Or how about view all products? Okay.
Let's see. Over $500. This lady.
This just looks like Sharper Image.
No.
Yeah,
no,
this is not even
the same thing.
I don't know. How about I just do an overall search, and then I'm gonna sort by high to low.
Exactly. That's exactly what I need.
There you go. Helicycle.
There we go.
Oh, dude, I want that.
Celebrity robotic avatar. Yeah.
You could buy this fucking thing, dude. You want it?
$3.95.
That's kind of cool.
I feel like that might not work.
I mean, I want this guy. You guys all know I famously always wanted a robot butler.
He looks like that's something out of Bicentennial Man or something like that. Yeah.
How would you like me to touch your dick tonight, sir?
It's probably not even that good. Well, the worst part is there's a hole to fuck.
Right in the front. Right about here. What else we got? Oh, look.
Look, a life-size Tyrannosaurus skeleton.
$120,000.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I would pay for that.
All right.
If I had $120,000.
Whenever we start a Patreon, we're going to have the T-Rex tier. And it's $120,000. And it'll be specifically to buy this thing.
Just to get that.
Then we'll start like a park or something like that.
Jesus.
Pirate ship playhouse?
Oh yeah, I want
sick.
that. Can I live there?
Fucking cool, dude.
I want to live there.
Is it adult sized?
No.
Fucking hot.
No. Just
I could just see Miguel like crowded, cracking.
I'm stuck. I'm stuck in the tube.
I mean, an emergency home power
I'm stuck
station
in the
for
tube,
3,500
man.
is actually pretty sick.
Part of the ship, part of the crew.
Is anyone there? Shit, it's a Sunday.
Wow, that's some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, some of it's fairly
Hamburger Slam,
reasonably
we
priced,
brought it
but,
home.
but yeah, that person
Well-
robot, huh? Wow. Okay.
Get really personal.
There's that. Sorry, I didn't mean to send us down that rabbit hole at the very end.
Yes,
of the
you
episode,
did,
but
you son of a bitch. You did it.
I did do that.
Now the people are hearing the music, so you got about 2 minutes.
No, I'm good. Let's get on out of here. Yeah, that was a really fun Neon Pocket Dimension, you guys. Thanks for being here, everyone. For Jacob, Miguel, and Steven, I am Gage, aka Luke Shot First. You can find us on twitch.tv/Neon Pocket Dimension Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Pacific time, and then on Fridays it comes out as YouTube VOD on the Neon Pocket Dimension channel. That is youtube.com/@Neon Pocket Dimension. Check out our other channels if you like what we do. We also have Neon Gaming Dimension, which is our home for all gaming content. Things like the epic show 5 Minute Gamer. We just did our first multiplayer episode with Bread and Fred recently. That was great. That just came out. So yeah, more episodes of that coming soon. And then we do things like reviews and reacts and some tier lists over there as well, all gaming centric. And then the Odd Valley Tavern on Odd Valley Studios is our drinking show. There's also just like some weird, fun, random comedy stuff. You guys just did an epic St. Patty's Day stream this last weekend, so look forward to some breakout clips from some of that content coming as well. Anything else that I missed?
No, that's it.
Okay.
That was it. Good job.
All right, y'all. Well, until next week, stay far, far away. You fucks.
From Hamburger Slammer.
Get your ass to Moss.